In the meantime, I'll also pull my record and see.
Yeah. So, a basic metabolic panel, lipids, which are things that we check when we put people on medicines like this, and we like to have it just so we kind of know what they are. So they can do them, if you've had them done in the last 6 months, you don't have to do them again. But we usually check them just to make sure people aren't developing diabetes, make sure they're, that their lipids are staying okay. So not the most important thing today, but would be later, because your risk of heart disease and stroke can go up if they're higher. And then I'm just going to put please draw if not done in last 6 months. Is that okay?
That's fine.
And I did have somebody whose thyroid is off. She graduated from a different mental health court, and we had checked her thyroid once a year. I usually don't do that, but she was having trouble with her weight, and actually she transferred and they checked it again because she was new to them, and she did have trouble with it. So just always good not to be thinking about, because you're right, you're walking an awful lot. You're not sleeping all the time, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're watching your diet, I love they're sending you to a nutritionist too, because I think that is so helpful.
Yeah.
And they're probably also feeling the same thing. They probably did these already.
Yeah.
I'm going to put or send copy of results. And we'll see if the VA can handle this request. We don't know. I don't know if that is going to work or not. I have friends that work at the VA. It's just a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad though. I mean, and lots of things. There's a lot of better things, especially for. Most of the time, they're going to treat their vets really, really well, because you guys are really important to them. But as far as systems go, I don't know how they are right now. Last time I worked at a VA was 30 years ago.
I remember you saying that.
It did not work it was the oldest system, and all these poor old World War II men would get hit by the elevators. It was awful.
Oh.
But I think that everything's much better than it used to be. So,
oh, wow.
Just because there's more, there's Desert Storm, there's all these other wars, there's all these things, so there's more younger people who are like, hey, this isn't okay.
Right.
So hopefully it's better. So hopefully that will make sense.
Okay.
I love that you're doing this, and I don't think it's a bad thing to continue, unless it is too much for you to do. You look like you're an organized person. You even have your
That took me 5 minutes.
You even have your little pink thing, so which is awesome. So
I just converted it from my end of my roll transferred the numbers.
Well, that's awesome. I love that. So I think that's very helpful to see.
Yeah.
The other thing that you could think, well, that everything's covered in there, like how much is leaving a day, it's really just really not sleeping enough at all.
Yeah.
So labs will do. The next choice is whether you want to take it in a pill form or you'd rather just get the injection.
Pill.
Okay. And then if it starts to help, if it were me, I would want the injection just because it's easier than taking a pill every day. But it's fine. You'd been on it before. I won't even offer that. People have never been on it. We want to make sure you're not allergic to it.
Right.
We can start with a low dose if you want to, or we can start with a more normal dose, and I will do either one for you, because I don't think it's an emergency, except that I don't like it. You're not sleeping.
Sleep is important.
Yeah.
So let's do low.
Okay. So as long as you realize, you know what, we're gonna make sure that you can tolerate it. I'm gonna choose probably 3 milligrams. It comes in 1.5, 3, 6, 9. I don't ever use 1.5. I can if you want me to. I don't think it's going to do anything. I think probably you'll take it and just realize it's not doing anything, which is okay in some ways, because then if you've never been on it before, then we'd know, okay, you can tolerate it. But if you were on it before and it didn't cause issues, I would probably go with 3.
Let's do 3.
Because I just think and most people, you can take it morning or night. If it were me, I would probably take it evening.
Okay.
But you can do it whenever. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to keep you up, I don't think. I have a few people who it does make them a little sleepy, but not all the time. But I guess so. I would pick when it's going to be most easy to remember for you.
Right.
So I'm just going to put once a day. Do you want to pick it up over here, or does it have to go somewhere else?
Nope, Klein's is fine.
And you're not on anything else right now, right?
Correct.
Trying to find which clients. All these clients lit up, and I'm like, wait, where are you? The one here, right? It's funny when they change one little thing, how everything seems hard, and it's really not hard. It's just getting used to it. One time they changed my keyboard, and I remember telling the person in charge of everything, and I said, I can't get used to it. He goes, oh, I'd be so mad if someone changed my keyboard. I was like, would you change my keyboard? They were being nice and giving me a new one, but I was like, okay, I'm just, whatever. I have no control over anything.
That's so funny.
And you know what, we just have to deal with it. I love that you're going to, do you have to go to the court today?
Yes, I do.
I love that you're walking. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that you're seeing the VA doctor, and they probably did those tests, but just in case they didn't, it's better for us to see them.
Okay.
And keeping track of it, I think, is a good thing. And I don't think that Invega is going to hurt you. I don't think it's going to cause weight gain because you were able to tolerate it before.
Mm-hmm.
Things we watch for with any of these kinds of medicines, or sometimes, and at 3 milligrams, it shouldn't happen, but we look for, again, some people get sedated, most people don't, but if you take it at night, it'd be an okay thing. It'd be fine. So some people can get a little tremor called pseudo-Parkinson's, so they can look like they have Parkinson's. You don't have Parkinson's.
What?
It doesn't cause Parkinson's.
Okay.
But some people can get a tremor. And
Okay.
usually that's with higher doses. It's usually with our older medicines.
Oh.
Usually not with Invega. And if you didn't have it before, I would not expect you to have it.
Okay.
So any kind of abnormal movements, any feelings like you have to get up and move around, any feelings of movements in your jaw, anything like that we want to know about, because sometimes those things, if doses are really high, you're on a long time, sometimes it's not reversible, it's treatable. Those are all like the worst things that can happen. Most likely, you're going to feel like you did before, and you might not notice any difference.
Okay.
But I'd like you know, your little thing's going to still keep track of does it keep track of your sleep too?
No.
Okay.
I tried the app. I
Okay.
tried the app for that, and it didn't work well.
I don't know how that works, so I can't figure it out. So
that's what I was trying to figure out too. I even researched it a little bit, and it just didn't pan out to be valid.
I don't know how it knows. I mean, it's not really.
It's looking for a snore. So it's picking up really small decimals. And sometimes, you know, if you're in like is it a delta sleep state?
Yeah.
You breathe hard or deep.
Yeah.
And it'll confuse sleep when you're not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've never seen it work, so that's why I thought maybe you got it to work. So anyway.
No.
Okay, but you just kind of know and you remember and write it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always look at my clock and set my alarm before I go to sleep. So that's kind of how I keep track. And on my end of month roll up, it goes to 9. So I'm like, how much sleep have I got between 11 p.m. and 9 a.m.?
Okay.
It makes it easy.
Okay. All right. And you're not getting real anxious at night before you go to sleep, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I'm normally actually really tired. Like
you're tired and can't sleep.
Yeah, I'm always ready to go.
Okay. The only other thing I can think of to do is I have a handout that seems kind of silly, but I use it myself, and if I can find it. Actually, I don't think it's in here. Not in there. I have to make this doesn't fall over, because I thinned all this out, because I wasn't using it very much. But I have a handout we used to use, and people,
It's well organized, though.
kind of. Kind of, except I can't find it, right? I'm like, oh gosh, where's my wonderful sleep handout? This isn't it. Oh, and if I didn't copy it, it just talks about things like, I'll look for it later. Yeah, see, you wanna see this one? Not so organized. That one kind of, I'm scared to open, cause, oh my gosh, so I haven't used that for a while. There's the best handout that I made. I didn't make the handout, but I copied it.
You have one for stalkers?
This is really, really old. This is probably not up to date. So yeah, this would have been like 30 years ago when I was in training, and so
Really?
it was, yeah. And it was just a lecture.
Oh, okay.
So stalking risk assessment, and we have some people who, yeah. But so this is from 2003.
Oh, yeah.
20 years ago, so everything's not the same.
Yeah.
I probably had a file. These were all full of files that I don't get to read very much, and I thinned them down to that. But as I thin them, I can't find that handout. Next time, if I can find it, I'll give it to you. But things to, if you are really tired and can't fall asleep, things that can be helpful. Is your walking probably isn't in the evening because yours destination. You have to get somewhere, and so you're probably home by evening. So not exercising in the evening as much if you can. Because people think, I'm going to get tired, and really it wakes people up more, and your body doesn't know it's time to go to sleep. Making sure the curtains are open in the day so your pineal gland that's in your brain, you know it's daytime.
I'm very familiar with the pineal gland.
So you know some of this is probably nothing you don't already know. If you can't fall asleep, using your bed just for sleep so that you're up in a different room.
Yeah. So
that your brain knows, oh, it's time to go to sleep. Sounds like you're doing all these things anyway. Sometimes taking an hour or two before you want to go to bed, taking a warm bath can be a good idea, because then your body temperature will start to drop, and usually when your body temperature starts to drop an hour or so later, then it knows, okay, it's time to go to sleep.
Right.
And not laying in the bed all the time. When you can't sleep, getting up, doing something quiet. It's so frustrating. You've done this for nights and nights and nights, probably.
Yeah.
And you're not really even complaining about it. You just want it to be different. But it sounds like you've sort of learned, well, I'm going to sleep at some point. I want to sleep. I just wish this would stop so I can sleep. I have some people who, this is the other thing I've had somebody do, hears voices, and it helped her, and we don't know why, but she figured it out. She actually has earplugs in at night, and it helps her sleep. And we don't know why, but for her it helped.
Sometimes earplugs do help.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they do not.
So trying a fan, like background noise, that people try, a sleep sound machine or something like that, which they aren't as expensive as they used to be. Bed Bath & Beyond.
No, they aren't.
Sometimes.
They aren't.
Or on a phone, but your phone was stolen, so you can't do it on your phone. So you're doing all of that anyway, and if I had the handout, you could read. I have to go back and read it. I'm not a good sleeper, and so I have to think, what am I doing? I had some Pepsi, or I did this is when I'm not falling asleep. So you're doing all that sleep hygiene stuff.
Yeah.
So I would just keep doing that, and then we'll see, I don't think you're going to start on Invega and then suddenly sleep great. But I think over a few weeks, we might see a difference.
A difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll hope to see a difference.
Okay.
So, and if we don't, but you're tolerating it, then that's when I would say, well, let's go up to a little bit more normal dose if you're tolerating it okay, and we'll just kind of approach it that way. That's okay.
Okay.
And then I'll let you go so you can get out of here and get over there. Are you walking to court?
I'm going to catch the bus.
Okay.
So I'm going to walk over to the transit
Okay.
and,
All right. And tell me you were here in case for some reason I made you miss a bus or something like that. I hope I did not, but I kept you too long.
I do want to ask you a question, Dr. Queen.
In 4 weeks.
4 weeks is good.
I have a 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12.
10:30.
And I'm sorry, what's your
The
question?
question is, how do you think the public will respond if they found out that magic was being used as a weapon?
I think I wouldn't even know how to answer that right now. After COVID, I think some people would think that that is true and other people would not. And there's just so many different opinions out there. I would not even know how to, I wouldn't know how to approach that. So I'm going to put office visit unless I hear something different from Rochelle and she says, hey, you have a phone again and you want me to do it over the phone, that's fine.
Okay.
I like seeing you in person better, but if it's hard to get here, then, you know, we could, whatever is better for you. Do you want me to write it down?
Yes.
People who have to kind of be here, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully I won't make a mistake, because I don't do this all the time. August 24th, Tuesday. So I can't even predict how people would be reacting at this point, because
Do you want me to do the writer okay for today?
I would love to do the rewrite.
Okay.
Thank you for the and we'll see if they are. And I was like, I didn't even have to get off, and then kind of off. If you want to see it, I'm a visual kind of person, so I have to. So much easier. You're welcome. Thanks for reminding us.
No problem.
Thank you, and then you're,
Take care.
I'm ready to go.
All right. See
You
you.
can get on the scale, please. 2024, and how tall are you?
5'5".
And then if you want to have a seat. What's it like outside? Is it warm?
It's warm. Humidity is starting to pick up a little too.
So it's a little high. Is it run high sometimes?
Yes, sometimes it
It's
does.
155 over 111.
Okay. I had amlodipine this morning.
You had what?
Amlodipine. It's a blood pressure medicine.
Did you take it?
Yeah.
Huh. Are you going to see the doctor now, or you already saw that? That was a psych doctor?
That was a psych doctor, and we actually discussed it. Like, it's gonna go through my primary doctor. Yeah.
Okay. You might need more of it or something. Okay. Well, thank you. I got everything.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too.
Can you write down when you want that
Hey, Miss Robin.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm well. Can you get a hold of Rochelle Hadlock for me?
Yes.
I
Hey, Michelle.
changed my name. It's Tequila.
Oh, no, you're not. I thought you were somebody else.
I'm sorry. So I went back.
I was hoping.
I'm sorry, Miss Robin. Miss Robin, I should have told you.
I know you should have told me.
You got it the wrong way.
Yeah, no,
I should have let you find out this way.
I'm telling you, yes.
Stormard, extension 410, please. Stormard 410.
Thank you.
Well, I like that.
Yes. Rochelle.
Well, I like that too.
Rochelle Hadlock, extension 410, please. Rochelle Hadlock 410.
I like that. Yo, got a knife? Well, I don't have one. Well, I like that. She went to? No. She went to the other side. Pretty good.
Upsala 194, Upsala 194.
Yeah. I like that too. Long. Got real boots. Robert, need a couple of, pictures and
Bitch.
Hello. You? Well, anybody know where we're heading?
When you look for it. Nope, I just got done with that. Oh, I tried to call her, she was really with you, so. How's it going? Okay, how about yourself?
So you said you want a Terry house referral, are you talking about restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't mind?
Yes, please. You know, well, that's what happened. I just put everything out of my book bag into my purse and left my pen in my house.
I have all kinds of pens, but they all fell on the bottom of my purse. Sorry.
That's all right. Thank
Just
you.
fill out what you can, I'll fill out the rest, and then, I'll have you, I'm gonna do an electronic release, you don't have to worry about the release of the test.
Okay.
Cause I don't think I ever had you sign one for the rest of it before.
Nope.
You just need a break from your apartment.
Exactly.
Anything new happen?
No, They're doing some weird things, but nothing. Nothing that I can call a PD about. You know, they won't respond to it.
Got it, that sucks.
Yeah. Education. Ooh, 16? It's so weird when it's worded that way.
They just wanna know probably what, if you're at some college or.
Yeah. How's your day been so far?
Good. Kind of boring too by people no shows, but one guy was
Really?
One person was sick. So. They've had lots of no shows lately. Now I only have about 16 people in my caseload, that's it.
Wow.
These people keep using drugs and being terminated or going to jail, and I got one guy on my felony. No, I didn't say this. He picked up a rape charge. I never would have guessed in a billion years he was capable of that. They have on video and everything, carrying this girl out of a bar down here at university. You don't know who he is. He's on my felony caseload. It's public knowledge. It's just
yeah.
shocking. I was like shocked. Only 22 years old, this guy.
22? Through his whole life away.
He's already got felonies, but I never would imagine in a million years that he would be capable of that. Yeah, they have all kinds of proof, so he's probably gonna go to prison, but oh well. But things like that have been happening.
Well, yeah.
Or people walking out of rehabs, and hiding, now they're hiding. It's like, really? We're gonna find you eventually.
Well, yeah.
What did you do all weekend, anything fun?
No, nothing really.
He'll ask you something about how many times you've been homeless at the bottom. I think it says that.
Oh, it's the. That's weird.
What?
It says extent of homelessness. So it has first time homelessness, 1, 2 times, 4 times. And, you know, none of these apply.
What do you mean?
None apply.
I just put NA. Because you've never been homeless ever, right?
I was homeless for 8 months in 2018.
Well, that's just one time then. That means you were homeless one time.
Right.
In the past. That's all.
Okay. Should I do anything on this?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Down at the bottom, I'll do the rest. They just want to know what emergency contact person.
I do not have one, so should I just put NA?
You're gonna need to put somebody. You can put me if you want, I guess.
Okay.
Because they're picky about that stuff.
Okay. And this is, Cross Street address. What was the digits?
150 Cross Street.
50. Four, 4, 3, 11.
Yep.
Your phone number?
234-339-5332. Well, I'll deal with the rest of that, unless you have anything, like emergency instructions, special diet,
No.
employment status, any of that stuff apply to you?
No.
Okay. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
So I'll do electronic release information. I always forget their phone number. It's like a couple weeks, to be honest, I suppose.
Really? Oh, I was thinking a couple of days.
Maybe, but it's lately, it's been a couple months, but usually it's a couple weeks. I'm just letting you know, it could take that long, it might be shorter. And I have to go with you, so I would pick you up.
Right.
So just make sure you're not gonna close for 7 days. And normally I go out, I try to go out there in the afternoon before 3 o'clock, because they do like a shift change, and it takes forever. And if I wait till like 4 or 5 o'clock, they're making dinner then, so it's a pain in the
That's
ass.
right.
So I like to just get out there between, by 2 o'clock.
Okay.
They usually call me really early in the morning, like 7 a.m., and then I call them back and tell them. They usually give me until the next day to contact the person,
Okay.
so.
I'll be sure to check my email for you then.
I don't have your email, I guess.
Well, no, my Google Voice will send me your phone calls and text messages, and
Okay. Yeah, I'll email you right away when they contact me, and this is, the release, 1 second, sorry to keep yelling.
so they got a magistrate for today.
Yeah, you've probably seen him hanging around the court before, he's always hanging around. I forget his name. He's nice. Cedric, that's his name.
Oh, yeah. The black guy?
He's always hanging out there. I don't know what else he does. I think he's just always kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, I never see him like doing any work. He's just always like sitting around, like socializing.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, well, what part does he play? Maybe he's just here to chill, so.
I've never seen him do any work there. I don't know what he does, but he's got enough time on his hands, it seems like.
That's funny.
Don't tell him I said that.
I will not.
Must be nice, I don't know. Okay, this is just a release for respite.
Okay.
Okay, it's ready.
Alright.
What I usually do is I just, you're telling me this isn't long. Oh, they're being picky now. Would you mind putting your first and last name in there? I'm sorry. Best you can do. I know it's hard to see it. Thanks. We had cards coming, it's like an audit, and they are picky about stuff like that.
Nope, I started scribbling because I hate to sign.